Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving headfirst into the epic world of Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Before we embark on this thrilling journey, let's set the stage. Imagine a young boy, Tanjiro Kamado, living a peaceful life in the heart of the mountains. His world is shattered when a demonic horde slaughters his family, leaving only his sister Nezuko alive, but transformed into a terrifying demon. Fueled by love and a burning desire for revenge, Tanjiro joins the elite Demon Slayer Corps, vowing to destroy the creatures that stole his family and find a way to return his sister to human form. Get ready to experience heart-pounding action, emotional depth, and stunning animation as we explore this unforgettable story together. Please consider subscribing to my channel to get all the updates. The episode opens with a boy carrying a wounded girl on his back through snowy mountains. The girl, Nezuko, is the younger sister of the boy. She is badly injured. The boy, Tanjiro, is heading towards a doctor. Next, we are shown the past. Tanjiro and his family live in the snowy mountains. Their father has passed away, and the family sells charcoal to make a living. Tanjiro is getting ready to sell charcoal in town, so his family can eat plentifully in the new year. He is the backbone of the family. His mother and younger siblings, Hanako, Shigeru, and Takeo, want to help him. Saying goodbye to them, he heads towards town. On the way, he meets his two younger siblings, Nezuko and Rakuta. After saying goodbye to them again, he continues towards town. After a long walk down the mountain, Tanjiro reached the town. Everyone was amazed to see him working hard even on those scorching days. There, a boy approached him for help. The boy had been accused of breaking a pot and asked Tanjiro, known for his keen sense of smell, to sniff it out and find the culprit. Tanjiro sniffed and determined it was a cat, not the boy. He also helped others while selling charcoal. By the time he sold out, it was already getting late. In the dark, he headed home. On the way, an old man warned Tanjiro about demons and advised him not to climb the mountain at night. The old man even offered Tanjiro a place to stay. That night, they shared food together, and Tanjiro stayed at the old man's house. Tanjiro was curious to know what demons were. The old man explained, "Man-eating monsters that appear in the dark have always prowled the land once it gets dark." "So don't go outside at night, Tanjiro?" Tanjiro asked. "Don't demons enter houses?" The old man, continuing to smoke, talked about demon slayers who protect people by killing as many demons as possible. Ending the conversation, the old man turned out the light and asked Tanjiro to sleep. Tanjiro tried to calm himself by thinking this was just the story of a lonely man who lost his family and wanted someone nearby. Then he remembered the demon stories his grandma had told him. Next day, Tanjiro left for home early. As he approached, he sensed the overwhelming scent of blood. Rushing towards his house, his heart pounded with dread. The horrific sight that met him was unimaginable. His family members lay lifeless, covered in blood. Terror consumed him as he realized his mother, siblings, and everyone he loved had been murdered. Only Nezuko showed signs of life. Desperate, he carried her down the mountain to find a doctor. His mind raced, searching for an explanation. Could a bear, driven mad by hibernation, have done this? Doubt and fear gnawed at him as he descended. Suddenly, Nezuko awoke with a terrifying scream. They both tumbled down the steep mountain cliff, but a thick layer of snow cushioned their fall. When Tanjiro regained consciousness, he saw Nezuko standing at a distance. Relieved, he rushed towards her, asking if she was okay and offering to carry her. As he drew closer, horror replaced his relief. Nezuko's appearance had changed dramatically. Her face contorted, veins bulged on her neck, and her eyes resembled those of a cat. With a feral growl, she lunged at him, attempting to bite. Tanjiro instinctively blocked her attack with his axe. The realization hit him like a cold shock. Nezuko had become a demon. Yet, deep down, he was certain she hadn't killed anyone. Since she was lying there protecting Rakuta, and there was no blood on her arms or mouth, Tanjiro realized the horrific truth. The scent he'd detected in his home belonged to another demon. As this realization dawned on him, Nezuko began to grow rapidly and resumed her attacks. Overwhelmed by guilt for sleeping carelessly at the old man's house while his family was slaughtered, Tanjiro was determined to save Nezuko at any cost. Desperate, he called out her name, pleading for her to remember their past. Seeing his anguish, Nezuko began to weep, her demonic nature seemingly subsiding as she started to recognize her brother. Just as a breakthrough seemed imminent, a demon slayer burst onto the scene, sword raised to kill Nezuko. With a surge of protective instinct, Tanjiro pushed her out and saved her. It resulted in losing his own hair in the slash. The demon slayer insisted on killing Nezuko, even after learning she was Tanjiro's sister. Desperate to protect her, Tanjiro fought valiantly, but in an instant, the slayer snatched her away and retreated. The slayer explained that as a demon, Nezuko was a threat and it was his duty to eliminate her. Tanjiro pleaded for mercy, insisting that Nezuko hadn't killed anyone and that another demon was responsible for his family's deaths. The slayer was unyielding, explaining that exposure to demon blood transformed humans into demons, a process irreversible. Tanjiro vowed to control Nezuko and heal her, but the slayer countered that Nezuko had already attacked him and that once a demon, always a demon. The demon slayer positioned his sword at Nezuko's neck. Tanjiro fell to his knees, pleading desperately for her life. The slayer's voice hardened as he accused Tanjiro of weakness, of failing to protect his family. With scathing contempt, he demanded Tanjiro find his inner strength, insisting that no one would respect a weakling. The slayer wanted Tanjiro to embrace his rage, to channel his grief into a burning desire for revenge. As the slayer raised his sword to deliver the fatal blow, Tanjiro, driven by desperation, hurled a stone and lunged forward with his axe. The slayer, however, was too swift, disarming Tanjiro with a single precise movement. Defeated and broken, Tanjiro collapsed to the ground. An axe flew from above, narrowly missing the demon slayer. Realizing Tanjiro was the culprit, the slayer was taken aback. He knew he couldn't defeat a demon slayer, so he threw the axe early and unleashed a fake attack which will take down the slayer after he collapsed to ground. Before the slayer could react, Nezuko kicked him with surprising force, protecting her brother. The slayer, experienced in the ways of demons, knew starving ones would devour anything. Yet Nezuko, despite her hunger and newfound strength, refused to harm Tanjiro. Recognizing the extraordinary bond between the siblings, the slayer left Nezuko unharmed near Tanjiro, her mouth bound with bamboo as a precaution. When Tanjiro awoke, the slayer instructed him to seek out an old man named Sakonji Urokodaki on Mount Sagiri, mentioning his name, Giyu Tomioka, as a reference. Warning Tanjiro to keep Nezuko away from sunlight, the slayer vanished. Heartbroken and determined, Tanjiro returned home to bury his family, offering prayers with Nezuko by his side before setting off for Mount Sagiri, their hands clasped together.